Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend because she changed her looks to resemble my dead wife? I haven't read the story yet, but that sounds actually kind of terrifying, so I can't imagine I would say yes. I really can't. Anyways, so I, 35 male, was married to Laura for 7 years. We have a son who is 10 now. She was the light of my life, and when we were both 28, we found out she had a rare form of cancer. She passed away 5 months later. That's so sad. This crushed me, and I was left drowning in my grief for a long time afterwards. My son and I have been attending therapy weekly ever since. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. It's been tough, but I feel like we've made a lot of progress. I didn't feel up to another relationship for a while. I've filled my time with hobbies, friends, and spending time with my son and family. Then a little over a year ago, I met Kayla, 33 female, at a work event. We share a hobby that's pretty niche where I live, so we had a great time chatting about it. Eventually, we began to go out together. She's great, but differing from my wife. I love her who she is and as an... What? I love her for who she is as an individual. Couldn't read for a second there. I was hesitant at first, but after speaking with my therapist, I decided to try for a committed relationship if we took it slow. At first, she was amazing. I told her about my past and that my son comes first, even before our first official date. She was very compassionate and understanding about everything. After a few months of smooth sailing, I decided to introduce her to my son, and they got along great as well. For the first time after Laura's death, I could start to see a possible future with someone else. Everything started to go downhill around 4 months ago. Ooh, she seemed to be a bit more distant than usual, so I sat down with her one night to ask her what was wrong. She teared up a bit and confessed that she felt I had been neglecting her lately. Okay. She then said that she feels like I'm using her as a replacement for my dead wife. Okay, that is a wild thing to say to someone. I mean, I'm sure there are some cases where that might be true, but, oh God, is that a bad thing to say to someone? Oh, like, especially when they're just working up the nerve to find someone else again? That just seems a little harsh. This came as a total shock. A part of me will always love Laura, but I didn't feel like I was ignoring Kayla or anything. I asked for some specific examples, but she didn't say much afterwards. Yeah, girl is just plain wild for that. She had no reasoning. She just was feeling a little goofy that day. I felt guilty that I had made her upset, so I ended up apologizing and arranged for us to have a few more date nights, and she seemed happy again. Oh no. Then a couple weeks later, she had to go to a cousin's wedding. I couldn't attend because of work, but she was only gone for a day. When she got back, I asked for some pictures, but she just said there hadn't been any of her. What? Not even a single one? I thought it was a bit strange, but didn't pry. Girl, wait, that's your cousin's wedding? You're not gonna... What do you mean you didn't get photographed with your cousin on their wedding day? What do you mean? I mean, I guess it's possible, but like, okay. I mean, I guess. Okay. There hadn't been any of her. I thought it was a bit strange, but didn't pry. Then, the next day, a coworker of mine showed me one off of a private page on Facebook. Sorry again. I was shocked to see an expensive pair of my wife's earrings on Kayla. In my son's room, there is a small cupboard with pictures of him and his mom, letters from her, and some of her prized jewelry. I checked it as soon as I came home, and the earrings were returned to the cupboard, but in a different spot. Oh my God! That is such an invasion. Like, that's like genuinely so gross. Like, it'd be one thing if she had asked or like been like, hey, like, I found these earrings or whatever, like, would it be okay if I wore them? But like, how, you don't know how many years those earrings have been there, like, keeping keeping, maybe she was the last person to put them in that cupboard or something. Like, oh my god, that's such an invasion of, or like a bad, what would you call it? It's like breaking a boundary or whatever, or like maybe a boundary that was never set, but like why would you need to set that boundary? That's so, anyways, I confronted her and she got mad, yelling at me for assuming she'd be so careless as to lose or damage the earrings. Girl, that's not the issue. And you knew it wasn't the issue because you hid the fact that you wore them at the wedding. You're being she's doing the most right now. I told her I was just hurt. She'd go behind my back and take something with sentimental value, even if they were beautiful. She eventually broke down and apologized, and after a serious talk about boundaries, we moved on. There we go. Things improved for a while before her strange behavior started. It began with her changing her hair color to match my wife's. My wife had naturally light blonde hair that a lot of women dye their hair to today, so while I thought it was strange, I wrote it off as a beauty choice. Then, she began regularly straightening her hair. She has wavy hair, and my wife's hair was pin straight. She also started to change her clothes to be more like my wife's, or at least the one she's seen in pictures. She also had her ears double pierced and got a cartilage piercing like my wife. Oh no, that is so far. That is so far, because I can almost guarantee, like, if it's somewhere, if this is from someone who's living in America, which, you know, it could be from anywhere, but if this is from someone in America, I guarantee that this lady has seen someone with those piercings before. And if she's 33, she would have had the time to think about whether or not she wanted that. So for her to just get it out of the blue because of, like, ooh, let me imitate this guy's not even ex-wife, dead wife? Are you freaking kidding me? Late wife. Let me just imitate this guy's late wife. Like, imagine, and this apparently, this, what is it called? Relationship did not work out. So, like, what are you gonna do after? Do you still like them? Or did you like them at all? I don't understand. Anyways, this was all incredibly unnerving, but she just said I was crazy. Of course she's gonna say that, because she's crazy. I'd asked my family, and they said I was nuts too, so I ignored it. No, that's what I don't understand, is what the hell? What do you mean? The woman is 33. The woman is 33. Quite literally, if she had wanted to change her look so drastically, you know, it wouldn't have been a problem. But it's the fact that she is changing it to so many things that your late wife would have worn, done, like, had, like, this is suspicious. This should be suspicious to anybody who cares. Your family just didn't care. Then she brought up having my son call her mama. I said that I wasn't a huge fan of the idea, but if my son wanted it, I suppose it'd be fine. She went on a huge rant about how it was different because he called my wife mommy. So it's not like she's stealing a title. That is so... this lady is wild. He said no, and she was a bit cold to both of us for days. The boy is 10. What do you mean you were cold to him for 10? Like, he's 10. What? Why are you retaliating against a child? This lady is insane. She seemed like a totally different woman than the one I fell in love with. I'm assuming he meant with. Everyone around me just said I was probably nervous since it's my first relationship after Laura's death. Were they just not listening to what you were saying? Were they just like, yeah. Oh no, it's just nerves. It's just nerves. Like, what are you talking about? If I heard this from a friend, I would be like, you need to go or you might die. All right? If you stay with this person, you may end up on one of those documentaries where it was like, they were a normal family until they weren't. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's such a fine line. The final straw was when she got a tattoo that was almost the exact same as my wife's. It was in the same spot same color, just with a slightly different design. That was my final straw. Oh, it would have been mine too. That's freaking creepy, bro. That's so creepy. And like, on top of the other things, like, honestly, that by itself would have been enough for me. If she hadn't done the hair, hadn't done the like, what's it called? It's the piercings and everything, and it was just the tattoo, I would have been very freaked out. I'll be real. I sat her down and confronted her a week ago with everything. At first, she denied it. Me not reading properly. At first, she denied it all, but then broke down into tears and said I had never loved her. She said she felt like, I just don't understand that. What do you mean he never loved you? He literally started going out with you while you looked like yourself. You're stupid. You're stupid. And you need to go to therapy every week. I'll be real. She said she felt that she had to live up to the memory of a ghost. Who told you that? Who set that standard? It wasn't him. I can guarantee it. This upset me because I had asked her before what I did specifically and she wouldn't discuss it. There's a key sign that she's just making all this up. She's just making it up. Plus, she was the one being weird and copying Laura. There we go. She kept sobbing and saying I didn't love her. I got so sick of it. I yelled at her saying that if she felt so unloved, we should just break up. There we go. Really, honestly, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do next? You got a tattoo, a permanent reminder on your body to copy someone. Are you gonna go and get plastic surgery next? Like, that is so wild, like, so insane. Just like, go get a different boyfriend who you think would love you better. I honestly do like her, but I've seen how miserable she has been lately, and I don't think this relationship is good for her mental health. She got dead silent and just left and drove away. I was just so tired of everything. I mean, to be honest with you, if I had gotten a tattoo just for a relationship, I would have been dead silent too. That is so stupid. Why would you do that? Later that night, she tried to... Oh my god! Oh, she really does need therapy once a week. Holy crap. I hope she's alright. So this is a really sensitive thing. Later that night, she tried to commit with pills and barely survived. She has no living family, so I was listed as her emergency contact. She wrote a long letter to me saying she loves me so much, but obviously I don't feel the same. That is so sick and twisted. And that maybe if she was... Oh my god. And then maybe if she was dead too, I'd love her even a fraction of how much I loved my dead wife. You do know that he loved his wife, his late wife, because they were together when she was alive, right? And her dying had nothing to do with it. If she was still alive, they'd still be together. People are crazy, but this is genuine. Like, she genuinely needs some help. That sucks. That genuinely sucks. I'm distraught over this. She's been so strange lately, but before all of this, I really did love her. My mom and siblings keep on saying that I'm awful for pushing her to this point, and that instead of ending it, I should have doubled down and reassuring my love for her. No, I'm sorry. There's deal breakers in every relationship, and I feel like the biggest one that you should have is when people are quite literally trying to... Oh my god. That would be one of my biggest deal breakers. I hope that I never experience anything like this. But if I did, I would do the same thing. Like, that is so wild. That is so wild, and your family is genuinely not listening to you. They are not hearing anything you're saying, or they don't care. They're just like, oh, it's not my situation, so I don't care. Like, oh my god, these people are insane. They all got along great with her and had been hinting that they wanted us to get married so my son would have a mother again and possibly some siblings. He doesn't need a mother again. He had, like, that is something that I really just don't understand. Like, I get... like, people need mother figures and whatever, but you got a grandma, you got aunts and whatever, probably. You don't need a straight up mother. Like if you lost your mom, you can't Like, unless unless it's like part of your, I don't want to say plan because that's so like calculated. More of like if this guy really was on his own and just in normal circumstances was like, oh, I do want to marry this lady, you know, that'd be different. But for you to say that, oh, his mother needs to be replaced, that's such a, I don't like that idea, and I hear it very often, and it's just not, well, not very often, but you know, it's something you hear sometimes, and it's like, ew. I didn't think I was the asshole, but my whole family is being cold to me, and I have no idea what to do. They're saying I should go visit as soon as possible and support her with this to rekindle our relationship. No, you need to, if anything, you don't owe her a relationship, but you don't owe her anything, really. If you really wanted to help her and support her, you would just send her somewhere to, like, talk it through with a professional, because this is genuinely some sick stuff. Like, she really does need to talk this through, like, and I don't know, I'm no professional, I wouldn't know what else they would do, but she needs to get some, like, genuine mental help for this. This is, like, I've never heard of anything like this. It's crazy. I have no idea. Wait, I didn't think it was national, but my family's being cool to me, and I have no idea what to do. They're saying I should go visit. Yeah, no, I read that. Our relationship. I'm not sure if I want to do that. You shouldn't do that, because if this is what she's doing, I don't know how far into the relationship this is, but if this is something she's doing and you guys aren't even married yet, like, what kind of stuff is she gonna do later? And I really can't even picture. Like, if this was a different situation, I'd have examples like, is she gonna do this? Is she gonna do this? I really couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you what I think she'd do. That's scary. Not scary, honestly. Honestly. Like, would she get jealous of your son, maybe? And try to ostracize him? Or put him in danger because she's like, well, you need to just focus on me. I don't know. I just said I didn't have any examples. But yeah, no, seriously, this lady, she needs some help, and I hope she gets it. She's so unhappy with me, and this seems obsessed over my dead wife. I keep on thinking over this and wondering if I should have reassured her or of my love again, or broke up with her in a more tactful way. Am I the asshole? I'm sorry this is so long, my brain's still scrambled from the whole thing and I'm rambling. You explained it pretty well for what you've been through. This is wild, and I'm so upset that your family is not supporting you in this. This is really weird. Alright, let's read some comments. She seems disturbed and your family wants this woman around your son? Big no. Yeah, and to commit her, this is a response, and to commit her, oh my goodness, can't read, and to commit to her and have kids with her? No. Someone definitely needs to be committed. And you know what? I can concur, but I don't want to joke about it, because I really genuinely hope that she does get that help, and I don't want it to be like a joking matter. So, I don't know. I can't. Yeah, okay, and I literally thought about this. Someone in the replies to this comment says, OP better hope she doesn't try to unalive the one flesh and blood link to his dead wife. He needs to go no contact right now and low contact with his crazy family. And then someone replying to that said that was my fear as well. She's totally unhinged, definitely portraying the characters of a potential stalker, if not worse. Yeah, that stuff freaks me out. Like, you don't know what people are gonna do, and then when they show you, like, don't let people talk you out of the fact that they're crazy. Like, they're capable of pretty bad things, especially when they're not getting the kind of help that they need, or they feel like they're not getting attention in a certain way that they think they need. Okay, so this is another comment. Stuff's about to get crazy. Get as far as possible. Get as far away as possible. Not the ursel, though. Another reply. Also, your family siding with her shows they don't see what she's doing, or they don't want to. Mention this in your therapy sessions because your son may get caught in the middle. Oh yeah, and then your son may start blaming you when your family starts trying to pull him aside and being like, "Hey, look, think about do you know what your dad did to his to that lady that used to be around your house a lot, or like, you know, that sort of thing." I don't know, but these people are wild. What she's doing is unstable, in my opinion, and goes much deeper than her bizarre mimicry. I hope she gets the help she needs. You and your son need to move on, even if going LC, low contact, with your family for a short while. Yeah, or maybe even longer, because if they're gonna be that insane, just let them. Just don't be around that. Another one, she's very manipulative if she's got his family convinced. Oh yeah. She must act so sane around them. Which is even scarier. Like, I feel like there's nothing scarier than, like, someone who needs mental help being able to act like they don't need it. And I know that's like, what's it called? That's like masking, kind of. Well, no, not really, because that's more of an autism thing. And you don't, I mean, like, that's different. But it could be like ADHD or whatever. So maybe I'm not quite, I don't think that's right. Let me retract that statement. No. Like, it's a little scary than, like, the acting portion, prospect of, like, having a mental illness and just, like, being able to like, I don't know. It's really hard to articulate this in a way that doesn't feel really messed up. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel more like it's a problem because she knowingly does this, knowingly goes to his family and is like, oh yeah, I'm totally fine, I'm like blah 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 blah, and then she goes to this guy and she portrays something completely different, and it's genuinely unhinged, and I don't know. It's just... Okay, the next comment says, this is a reply still. There is a weird push to date again after a partner dies. The irony is, no matter when or if you start to date, it will be too soon for some, not soon enough for others. You should open yourself to love. You don't have to be alone forever. It's a little too soon, isn't it? Take your time. Your child deserves to have two parents. I know someone great that would be a perfect fit. People have this bizarre feeling of entitlement towards your dating life, especially if they knew your partner that passed away. It's been almost 6 years for me, and the number of people who ask about if I'm dating, why not, when will I date again, is probably well intended, but a bit creepy. Yeah, no, it seems creepy. Like, I can almost understand talking to non-widowed single friends like this, but it's still weird in that sense. And then to talk to someone who has been widowed this way, it's just like, dude, if they are not ready, they're not ready. You're just kind of doing the most at this point. The family is probably so focused on wanting OP to move on that they can't see past it, to the giant red flags of crazy that this woman is waving. Yeah. And, you know, the sad thing is they're probably thinking they're doing the right thing by him. If they actually are, like, good people. But I doubt it, because, like, how are you icing him out and not hearing him out? Like, weird. Alright, another response. Speaking as a 45-year-old widower who lost his wife 3 years ago, it's such struggle to navigate relationships now. Alright, let's find an original comment, because I like reading my original comments. They're good. Okay. Bringing a woman into your son's life that is mentally unstable is not better than not having a mother figure. If you are going to have any sort of healthy relationship, she needs to be happy first. Anyone worth being with will understand your son comes first, and so should she. That means a mentally stable partner. If not, it's okay. It's not going to work out. Reply. I read the part where this woman started to make herself appear as the late wife and was thinking about a case I heard in my lecture days about a similar case. Man, widower, 3 children, and met a lovely lady. The kids picked up on it first, just certain things the woman would do that were similar to the actions of their late wife. From what I remember, the man had never met this woman's family. Apparently they were all dead, or she was adopted, or she grew up in foster care. So OP, have you met this woman's family? Can you tell me the rest about this case, please? I'm freaking out. I'm worried. Where are they in all of this? I only saw a brief mention of a wedding, but if one of my siblings started dressing, acting, wearing similar things to their now spouse's dead spouse that even confused me, then I'd be scared the living spouse was doing this, and with an attempt as well. OP, go talk to this woman's family and find out how much you actually didn't know about her. Yeah, that's actually a good point. But also, I'd be terrified her family is a little scary too, which may not be warranted, but hey, that's just me. Another one. Looks like she claims she has no family since he was put down as her emergency contact after the attempt. There's something wildly effed up going on here. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Only mentioned a cousin's wedding, so yeah, a private Facebook account. The president of the country of Pomodoro is flying their largest red flag. Man is deep in so... What? Why can I not read? This is wild. Okay, I'll end it after I read this one. She is clearly obsessed with you, and I think she intentionally left her note addressed to you in hopes of making you feel guilty about your actions. That's the part that really gets me. Like, it's always that idea that, like, oh, let me do this really final thing to make a point or whatever. Like, no, you need to get some help. If that's your thought, if that's a real thought that crosses your mind, you need to go somewhere and talk to someone and work through why you would think that that's a good idea. Because your first thought in a situation where you feel unloved or where you're not getting enough attention is to leave. Don't be in a spot where you're unwanted, and don't make yourself feel like those people you owe those people your life, because that's really what happens when you feel like you should do something so final just because they're not seeing you or doing what you feel like they need to be doing. You know what I mean? You don't owe these people your life, so go figure out why you feel like you do, and get the help you need. That is, I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, please do not feel guilty. This is not on you. Unfortunately, you met a woman who was mentally unstable and connected with her. I know, and that is so scary. Like, that could just happen to anyone, really. Oops, what did I do? It closed on me. Where did it go? What did I do? The part where this one is not... Sheesh, did I just, close it? What happened? Which one was I reading? It was, I wonder if she was talking in the beginning. Oh, no. I didn't finish it. That sucks. Was it this one? Or was it that one? No, it wasn't. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna... Alright, let's just read this other last one, because I didn't get to finish that one, and I just completely lost it. Alright. I wonder if she was stalking him from the beginning. That's a good, very scary thought, but also a very good point. It's possible. Finds a coworker who is into a very niche hobby. She behaves one way at the start and is then a different person. Sounds like the film exactly. Dude, that kind of does track. That's so scary. Anyways, this is a very concerning Am I the Asshole post. I hope that everyone involved in this situation can get the help that they need. Like the lady, I hope she goes and gets some therapy. I hope the family goes and gets absolutely screamed at by a therapist or anybody, really honestly, talking to them about like how grossly misinformed they are. I hope the man finds peace in the fact that this woman is no longer in his house around his son, and I hope the son is so oblivious. I really do, but I mean, I doubt it, but I hope so. This is such a wild case. Thanks for watching. You'll catch me later. Bye.